Hello, welcome to a Mr. Barnett screencast. Today I'm going to walk through setting up the simple house. It's a lot more detail than the doghouse. Let's go ahead and just get started in it right away. All right, so first off, I want you to get your camera angle so you're kind of looking a little bit more straight down on him. You got your axis in the bottom left-hand corner. We're just going to draw a large rectangle here, say 12 by 15, something like that. Okay, and then you're going to drag and create an L shape platform. Okay, this one might be a little bit longer. 18 by 12 looks good. Grab my eraser tool. So you can press E on your keyboard for the eraser, and then I'm going to drag across the line. And now I've got my base for my house. Now I'm going to grab the push-pull tool. I'm going to press P. I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to, or not hold down Control. I'm just going to drag up by 10 feet. It looks a little bit tall. Let's actually do 8 feet right there. Okay. So there's the platform for our house. Now we're going to work on our roof. Okay, we're going to do it kind of similar to the doghouse. We're going to grab the line tool, and I'm going to zoom in here on this line, and I'm going to find the midpoint. I'm going to click, and now it's anchored to that midpoint. Now I'm going to move it up until I see that blue line again. Okay, and let's make this one about 6 feet. And then I'm going to anchor to the corner, anchor to the corner, eraser tool, so press E again, push-pull tool. Okay, and then this is where we're going to use something called referencing. Now, Sketchup is really smart. It has something called referencing. So as I drag this across here, I'm going to hold my mouse down, and I want to move my mouse until I hit this back edge, and you'll actually see it snap. Okay, and that means it's going to be exactly that distance there. So I'm going to go there. Okay, so it's snapped. It's lined up perfectly there. Okay, same thing. Grab my line tool. I'm going to move it along the line here. Okay, midpoint. Let's make a 5-foot one, so a little bit shorter. Line tool there, eraser. Grab the push-pull tool. Okay, now this time as I drag across, we're going to keep going into it. I'm going to hold my mouse, and I want to reference this midpoint on this one right here. So where it says on edge. So I'm right on top. Okay, and that's going to tell it to stop in the middle inside there. Okay, and then to clean it up, I'm going to grab the line tool, and I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to grab the intersection. Okay, and I'll press line tool again, grab the intersection, go over there. Again, line tool, the keyboard shortcut is L. All right, so now what we want to do is make eaves. Now, eaves are overhangs. Okay, so rain runoff doesn't like go on the siding of your house. We're going to create some eaves here. And there's a lot of different ways you can do it. The simple way that I do them is I actually go underneath the house, and I'm going to grab what's called the offset tool. Okay, this is the offset tool. It's the bottom one on the push-pull section. The other thing you do is press F on your keyboard, and that'll give you the offset tool. Okay, and then I just want this whole surface underneath to highlight, meaning it's turning dotted lines. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag. You can see an outline forms. I'm going to take it kind of right to the edge. Let's say right about there. So it's just a little bit of an overhang. Okay. Then I'm going to do the push-pull tool. And this one's a little bit tricky here. I'm going to highlight that space in there right here. I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag upwards. And I don't want to go all the way to the top. I want to come down a little bit, say right about there. Okay. And now we've got the start of our eaves. In fact, underneath here, we've got some good eaves, but we need to fix them for this section right here. Okay. So to do that, we're going to make an eave that comes out of the triangle. So I'm going to use the tape measure. Again, that's T on your keyboard. And I'm going to go on this spot over here. I want to find where it says on edge. I'm going to drag. Now this one's tricky. I want to drag downwards, not to the side, not outwards. I want to drag downwards. You'll actually see it kind of turns pink, has like a line that it's referencing. Okay, that way I know I'm kind of copying off of itself. I'm going to do 6 inches. So let's do 4 inches there. And then over here, let's do the same thing. We're going to reference downwards. 4, enter. Okay, now I'm going to grab the line tool, and we're going to simply connect the top all the way down to the bottom there. Again, the top all the way down to the bottom there. Okay. And then we're going to grab our eraser tool. We can erase these guidelines now. And then we need to clean this up before we push it in a little bit. So I'm just going to erase this one here. Okay. And now I'm going to grab let's erase that one and that one. Grab the push-pull tool. And I'm going to push this wall in. And again, I'm going to use referencing, and I'm just going to drag it till it says on face down below. Okay, so I'm holding down my mouse till it's on the face here, and I'll release. And that'll make it perfectly flat with this section right there. Okay, from there, okay, you can simply grab your eraser and erase this line in between. And there you go. You've got a nice eave there. You can adjust how far out you have your eave overhanging. Okay, totally up to you. Okay, you could still maybe make some slight adjustments in there, but they start to look a little bit goofy in the corners. Okay, so now what I want to do, and you could do that same eave to each one of the other two sides. Okay, but now what I'm going to do is talk about how to create a door and a window with detail. So let's put a door and a window over here. So we're going to grab a rectangle tool. I'm going to go down here where it says on edge. I'm just going to draw a door. Let's kind of just make it look about appropriate right there. Okay, and then I want to make a frame around it. So I'm going to grab F for the offset tool. I'm going to click and drag. Okay, and you're going to notice that part of the door goes underneath the house there. So all you need to do is grab the eraser. Okay, and then we're going to go underneath and we're going to erase just those 3 lines. Okay, so now we got a bit of a frame. Let's grab the push-pull tool. That's again P. And we'll just drag our frame out a little bit like that. Okay, and then I'm going to press C for circle, and we'll draw a little tiny bit of a door handle for now. Just something simple. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do our window. Okay, for the window, I want the top of it to match the top of my door. So I'm going to press the tape measure again. And I'm going to do a little trick where I go down to the edge here. I'm going to drag this up, and I'm going to move my mouse over until it matches the height. Okay, and I kind of want to zoom in and actually hit this back corner because I don't want it to float outwards. I want to click right on the back corner there. Okay, and that's going to give me a guideline for where my window can be at the top. So I'm going to grab my rectangle tool now. Now I can go on my guideline and I can draw a window using a rectangle. Okay. So same thing, we're going to grab the offset tool. And this time for the window frame, we're going to do kind of like a double frame. So I'm going to click and drag it out. And again, I'm going to highlight this one and drag it out a little bit further. Right about there. Okay, push-pull tool. Okay, for the frame here. So sometimes it gets stuck. So right now I'm locked on that. I don't have anything pressed. I got to right-click out and open space. Then I'm going to come back in and I can drag my frame out a little bit. Mine's glitching on me just a tiny bit here. Okay, and then pull this one out again. Okay, so I kind of have this double window frame going on here. Okay, now a neat trick for painting your windows, especially when you have multiple parts. So let's go to the painter here. Okay, and I'm going to grab glass and mirrors. Let's go ahead and paint my glass there. And then let's paint the side of my house. Okay, now I have these window frames and I want to paint them with wood. Okay, so I'm going to go down to wood. Okay, I'm going to grab one of these ones, maybe this one here. Okay, now if I wanted to paint these, you're going to notice that I have all of these edges that I'm going to have to zoom in, move around, and slowly paint all the way to the top. And that can take a while. So one neat trick you can do, let me go back up here, Control Z, Control Z. If I hold down Control, you're going to see this little icon up here with the 3 red dots. Now when I click, it's going to try to paint every surface that's connected on there. Let's see if mine's being registering a little bit weird here. Let me reselect the tool there. All right, mine's being goofy. All right, looks like mine's not letting me do it because I'm recording at the moment. So if you hold down Control and click on this, it's going to paint all of your surfaces all together at once. Okay, the last little thing I want to show you is how to create a roof. Okay, or a chimney. So I'm going to press the line tool, and let's go out to the side over here. Okay, and I'm going to go anywhere on this surface here. I'm going to click, and now it's anchored onto the surface, and I want it to come off of the house. And so I'm going to have it come along the red axis here. So I'm going to kind of turn my camera until it turns red. Okay, and it doesn't quite matter yet what size you want to go with it. We're going to click there, and then we're going to drag down until it goes to the blue axis. And this one's tricky. You want it to be blue, but it also wants to be on face. So sometimes you got to move your camera around until it snaps blue and it says on face. You're going to click there and then connect those two. Okay. Then you grab the push pull tool. You can drag that like this and then drag this surface up. Okay. And then again, we're going to grab the offset tool and we're going to go ahead and drag out our chimney like this, push pull and drag that down. Okay. A real simple, easy way to do a chimney. Again, we can go to our paint bucket. Let's see if it wants to work this time. Grab our bricks here. Okay, so I held down control and it painted the whole surface there. So continue going around for the simple house and just painting, adding windows, roofing, any details that you'd like. And then that'll be it for this one.